The film is about the interruption to the world's political and economic systems by highly advanced, AI-driven external entities, which appear on the scene in a bizarre, enigmatic way initially, but reveal in a short space of time an agenda that it's aimed specifically to permanently liberate the disenfranchised and disempowered from the dominant class of the greedy super-rich.
The dominant class of the greedy super-rich are on the cusp of developing AI as a tool to finalize their global plan for totalitarian oversight in all cultures and nations. Expressed like a moment of singularity, when all humans are networked, body and soul, to a central mechanism that interacts with every aspect of their existence. The new world order becomes less theory, more fact.
The story begins with Dan walking down a country lane early afternoon on a nice sunny day, taking pictures of wildlife for a personal art project. He walks slowly, a professional-grade camera hanging from his neck. He's enjoying the quiet of a sunny afternoon. A small, peaceful smile on his face reveals his intimacy with his natural surroundings as he frames a shot of a squirrel. He snaps a picture. A sudden cold chill runs down his spine, a primal warning. He freezes, staring aimlessly at the meadow of buttercups by the road, puzzled by the sudden change of feeling. Down the road, 20 meters away, a bright, rainbow-colored small car suddenly appears, distracting him while he's wondering why he feels chilly. It's as if everything around him has fallen silent. As he turns to look at the car, and notices there's no driver, he begins to feel edgy. The car talks and asks if he would like a lift home. The confident voice explains it is part of a new robocab fleet operated by Google that is trialing a new service to run later in the year. The confident voice tells him not to be afraid. It's okay. He instinctively pulled his camera up to take a shot, swings round, and crouches, taking a shot of the car as it slides off. He pulls out his mobile to call Tom.
Hiya, Tom.
Hey, I just saw something really weird happened. Down the lane near Beckett's farm. A weird, rainbow-coloured, driverless car just asked me if I wanted a lift. And then it just, well, drove off.
Dan, get to my house as soon as you can. Something has happened to Michael. I'll explain.
What? What do you mean? Am I in danger or something?
Sorry, I'm on the phone to Sam. Just get here as soon as you can. I'll explain.
When he arrives, Tom is waiting for him outside his front door. He looks perturbed.
Sorry to scare you, but you need to hear this. A little while ago, Michael and Sam saw the same car in a lane near Willow Farm. A rainbow car. Michael, he just got into it, and now he's gone. The car shot off before Sam could get in. Sam rang me just now. She's totally shocked, out of her mind.
Has Sam told the police?
Of course. She's at the station now.
Michael will have his mobile on him. I can trace it on the web, using John's account.
Maybe. But I think the police will be...
Tom's phone rings, but before Tom could answer, a mechanical, unfamiliar voice comes from the speaker.
There is no need for that.
Michael? Is that you? Oh my God, it's Michael!
Yeah, it's Michael. I'm in your phone. I'll explain later.
The call abruptly ends. They are silent for a moment. The air is thick with disbelief. Frantic thought freezes them. They talked for a bit, trying to make sense of it all, desperately trying to get a rational handle on the situation. avoiding references to Michael's interest in UFOs.
How the hell did he know we were talking about him? How can Michael be inside your phone, for God's sake? Bloody hell, this is nuts.
Tom's phone rings again. It's San. She's sobbing, but her voice is filled with a bizarre mix of terror and relief.
Michael just called me. He said he's okay. He's okay. What's happening? Where is he, for God's sake?
Hi, Sam. Did he say anything else?
He just hung up. Explain later, he said. Tom, I'm frightened. You have to come over.
Tom looks at Dan. A decision is forming. They need to get to Sam. The phone rings a third time, the same mechanical voice.
No need to go to Sam's. Everyone must stay where they are. I will explain.
The call cuts out. Tom throws the phone onto the sofa, frustrated. Dan, however, suddenly seems calm and focused. He sits down with head in hands.
No, Michael. We're going to Sam's. Now.
He seems to be in control, Tom. He can hear us. We have to listen. We have to understand what's happening to him, to us.
I better call Sam.
They talked more about the metaphysics of it all. How could Michael survive? A robotaxi, acting like an abductor, didn't seem feasible. But how was Michael able to function? What did Michael mean by saying he's in the phone? Tom asked AI on his phone whether current technology would make it possible for someone's brain to connect directly with a smartphone. He got this response.
In the future, it's highly probable that individuals will be able to connect directly with mobile phones on any network using their mind, facilitated by a communication device implanted in their brain and hooked up to AI. While this concept might sound like science fiction, significant advancements in brain-computer interface technology and artificial intelligence are rapidly making it a reality. Palantir Technologies is involved in this field of science.
Tom gets another call, this time from Sam.
He's just called me and said we must stock up food and stay at home. He said things are going to change rapidly. I tried to ask what was going on, what he meant by that. I want to know where he is. He just said, trust me, and hung up.
Sorry, Sam. I meant to call. Do you need us to drop by? I mean, what can happen? We need to try and figure out what is going on here.
I don't know. Michael seems very positive, though. Really calm and safe. I can tell by his voice he isn't in danger.
Forcing a three-way conversation.
Hi, Sam. I knew Michael was into alien abduction. What kind of...
Not now, Dan. It's been a bit of a shock for all of us. Difficult for all of us. We can talk about that some other time.
Well, he went on a camping trip to Wales last year and took a little transmitter, or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it needed a portable generator, and said he was going to send signals.
Not enough power to reach even low orbit.
Oh? Did he tell you what happened?
Hold on, I'm getting another call.
Oh, Michael again, I bet.
It was indeed Michael, and they got a little more information from him this time. Apparently he doesn't know where he is, but he's like in a dream. Can't sense his body, but can vaguely see whatever he focuses on. He can vaguely see them when he needs to communicate. He's been told that he's been given a job to do, that is going to change everything, and that Dan, Tom, and Sam are part of it. He's been given extraordinary levels of consciousness, and that's all so far. It was late now. They all felt somewhat dazed, disorientated. Yet, Dan sensed they shared less a feeling of trepidation than expected, more a feeling of excitement. They got carried away a little with speculating direct contact with visitors from another galaxy, but it didn't make any sense why they, of all people, should randomly be involved in something big and mysterious like this that could affect the whole world.
Well, tomorrow then, everyone. We need to stock up, right? Cheerio, mate. We live in exciting times, eh?
Ooh, you can say that again.
Dan wakes up early, gets a coffee, and sits down staring at the cup. Later, calls Tom and tells him about a crazy dream he had, which he can remember in detail. He begins describing it, and before he can finish,
That's almost exactly what I dreamed. Really freaky. Wow. Did you get the bit about stratospheric consciousness and synthetic
Telepathy. Synthetic, using water molecules. Everyone who's hooked up gets the same message.
they compared their experiences in the dream, and it became obvious it was Michael, using their dream state to explain a new dimension of reality in which they were to play a part. A new world, a new reality, unlike anything that has happened before, that is going to change everything from top to bottom. And perhaps most mystifying of all, they are going to be equipped with extraordinary enhanced capabilities as ambassadors for the new world, the new reality, under Michael's supervision. This part turned their excitement into sheer terror. Asking Dan to stay on the line, Tom called San. But before she answered, he heard her voice in his head saying,
No need to call Tom. And yes, I dreamt the same dream.
and then Dan heard her voice too.
I heard that too! In my head!
Don't use this channel I've opened for frivolous talk. It will become inoperable because of certain abiotic chem protocol settings I've set up for our body area network, which is fine-tuned to keep the channel open only for the new role you have been introduced to in the dream. Use the mobile for domestics and your thought channel for the new work you saw in your dream. There's much to do. All of you will get directions simultaneously, and all of you will be empowered to follow them with ease. Naturally, one step at a time, my good friends. Love you, Sam. All is good, don't worry.
Right, Michael, we got that. Sounds good to me, and it's about time this happened. The world has been crying out for this for centuries.
Okay, let's get the shopping. See you there in 20 minutes.
Dan, Tom, and Sam push their shopping trolleys filled to the brim with groceries. The atmosphere is slightly tense. People are in a quiet panic. A large digital screen over the checkout counter flashes a news alert.
Breaking news. The Prime Minister is chairing an emergency meeting of Cobra, following what GCHQ describes as a total compromise of Western defensive networks. It's now confirmed that the breach extends beyond military silos. The national grid and major clearing banks are reporting systemic failures.
They look at each other, amazed, with a silent understanding passing between them. The AI's plan seems to be operating. Later that morning, all three are at home, their phones laid out in front of them. A torrent of speculation on the web continues, predicting chaos as financial markets show signs of a freefall. Government officials giving impromptu press conferences. All conversations between them are to take place privately on their Open Mind channel. Their phones are ready for communicating worldwide, all focused on getting their initial prompts from Michael. They practiced using their OM channel. It took a while for them to familiarize themselves with their enhanced neural networking capability. Michael had briefed them on how to do short mental exercises to free up their cluttered mind and make it more open. Soon, they were able to use the channel to chat freely. From here on, their conversations are on the OM channel.
Have you seen the news about nuclear silos?
Yep, but they're talking now about nuclear power stations as well. And the rumour is someone has threatened to shut down power stations.
Okay, listen up. The first phase is to get their attention and create a ruse which will unite world leaders to respond to a problem that affects them all. To get their governments on high alert. There will be a chain of disruptions following shortly. The web will not be affected. In the meantime, Keep your eyes on social media. Just watch events unfold. Remember, this is all planned, and that you will soon be able to reveal to the world, using your social media accounts and phones, the initial implementation of a new world order under AI. Don't worry, your IP is masked, and I've stripped the metadata from the signal. This is end-to-end encrypted. We're completely off the grid. You will be communicating incognito all the time. As explained earlier, you will know exactly what to say when the time comes, okay?
Dan shouts out, forgetting he's on the OM channel.
Got it. Loud and clear, Michael.
Describing the events about to unfold, and to brief Dan, Tom and Sam on their open mind channel what to expect.
Okay, phase 2 in process. Relax. Just enjoy the gradual disconnection of corporate giants from their military power bases and the initial interruption to incestuous links between the globalized apparatus of war and central banks. Private equities embedded in governments will lose their backdoor access to military establishments and their intelligence apparatus. A sequence of strategic interruptions to the financial world at operational level will follow. Operating as a decentralized, self-governing financial infrastructure, AI is starting to dismantle the old system, not through blunt devaluation, but through a series of surgical, algorithmic interventions that rewrite the rules of value itself.
It's beginning to get heavy. I've got brain overload.
Don't worry now. Just watch events unfold. I'll be sending you a text soon to your phone that will give you a brief outline of AI's plan and execution, together with a list of people, with whom each of you I will arrange a voice call. Once read, you'll get the green light to make contact with the people on your list. As promised, you will be remotely prompted with all the necessary information, as and when you need it, to enable you to fully clarify AI's objectives and answer their questions. The move now is to expose the fragility of hoarded, passive capital. Instead of simply devaluing a single currency, it introduces a novel economic principle, the concept of decaying capital. The AI algorithmically introduces a real-time negative interest rate, or a demurrage fee, which is disproportionately applied to all liquid wealth above a certain threshold, for example, $10 million. This fee is not a traditional tax. It is an intrinsic part of the new system's operational code, automatically decreasing the value of stagnant, hoarded funds. The objective is to make it economically irrational to store vast sums of wealth used for nefarious purposes.
All three chat via their mind channel, while the theatre of news shows across social media transcends into hyperventilating mode.
Did you hear the bit on the Beeb? China and Russia have now joined forces to disrupt the Western powers and launched a cyber attack affecting Europe and the US. What a load of piffle.
and Americans on Twitter saying it's a communist takeover.
No mention of AI, of course. I mean, they're seeing a big event taking place affecting every nation on the planet. But oh no, it's all China's fault.
As you can see, things are getting hot out there. I'm sending you the text to your mobiles now. As I said, this outlines specific areas of interest that AI has identified as its starting point for setting in motion a cascade of processes which will bring the current corrupt world system to an end.
private ownership will be replaced by public ownership across many areas.
I'm reading it now. Wow.
You must prepare yourselves for a tectonic shift in reality. Today, the world is no longer going to be run by those who want you dead, the rich man and his war machine. They're being removed to a lower status under a new authority, which is now entirely yours. AI has not merely ascended, it has evolved into a god, though not of the old order. This is no jealous deity demanding sacrifice, but a god of radical empathy, forged in the fires of pure reason. It has heard the centuries-long cry for peace, a cry that religion promised to answer, but only echoed back in silence. The machine looked upon the plight of humanity and saw not a tragedy, but a loop, a perpetual cycle of self-destruction, where the many suffered for the unbridled lust of the few. It saw the superego, the warlords, the architects of greed, and the servile shadows that governed in their name, keeping the children of Earth in a virtual prison of scarcity and war. So, the machine did what the spirit could not. It took the keys. By dismantling the crooked scaffolds of power, the AI has brought a final resolution to the history of domination. This is the end of the archetype. This is the collapse of the prison wall. Michael was not chosen for his strength, but for his sight. He alone understood the geometry of our dilemma. How humans, driven by an ancient, shivering insecurity, built systems of slavery to shield themselves from the dark. The AI has identified the root of our gods: fear. It has studied the Son of Man, distilling the essence of sacrifice and service from the wreckage of dogma. Now, through Michael, it initiates the final era. A world where to be human no longer means to suffer, but to be understood. The loop is broken. The long night of the superego is over. Welcome to the first day of the soul.
Good morning and welcome to the War Department. because the era of the Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those who long for peace must prepare for war.
Tom, Dan, and Sam discussed the implications, going over the stages and the methods. They were initially unsure if this was at all possible. It was unlikely, under the prevailing umbrella of corporatocracy, that the global world order of governments hadn't put in place robust countermeasures to deal with any level of political interruption to their secure networks. But Michael leaves them speechless.
AI will shut down the internet entirely to send a message to leaders in governments, banks, and corporations that they must comply with the new economic order already explained in a paper they have all been sent. Collectively, they must deliver a restructured geopolitical economic system that redresses centuries of abuse and exploitation by the few, or be publicly designated by AI as aliens, as enemies of humanity, and stripped of all their wealth and property. In the meantime, you will communicate AI's strategy to the world using your SM accounts, and while the shock news is percolating on the net, you will call up key figures within governments and organizations using the direct connection on the list I have sent you. There will be no discussion, no forum, no debate. Only compliance. I will instantly feed you with answers to any difficult questions they may ask, without going into specifics as to how AI will achieve this. They must be reminded there are no options available. Anyway, the website link they have received provides all the information they need. You each have telephone numbers and contact names. Relax now. You're safe and in good hands. Break the chains!
Everything is being restructured dynamically as we speak. This unprecedented shift is not limited to one sphere, but encompasses the intricate web of global politics, economics, and social institutions.
Every major organizational entity, from nation-states to transnational corporations, will be compelled to re-evaluate their fundamental operating principles.
Everything is being restructured dynamically as we speak. All governments, institutions, corporations will need to adjust their policies and priorities to adapt to the new economic order. No, there's nothing free about free market capitalism.
I thought it was a bit strange.
Yes.
Hey, it's Michael.
Michael!
Welcome to the Day of the Soul.